So this is part 5, and we just finished up the colors.xml in part 4. The next part, I'm going to come in, I want you to click on the strings. You click on the strings, and this is what you look like you have with it. So the strings, same thing. Please go in and insert your string data here. Watch my video like you're doing right now with it. Insert your full name in this thing. If you haven't figured that out yet, anything between the lesser than and the explanation, dash dash, and the dash dash greater than sign, that is a comment that it's going to be ignore from the compiler, meaning it just masses out the code. The compiler doesn't see it with it. So I'm going to give it today's date. Again, today is Easter, so like that. Okay, so let's go in, and we need to talk. If you remember from the game, and I need to tell you something at this time with it. Anytime when you're coding this at this time, do not build your code, do not compile your code, do not do any of this thing, because you don't have any of your code right now, right? And once you cache in an error, it's going to the compiler is going to go back and could pick up that same error that's caching in with it as well. So do not compile until we're done. The last file we're going to work on is the main activity.java. That's the last file we're going to work on with it, and that's the file that's going to actually we're going to compile everything at one time. But in the middle of this process at all, do not compile, do not run, do not build, do not. I can tell you enough do nots right now with it, all right? Please be, excuse me, please be patient. Grab some hot tea here really quick. So, let's come into the string right now. If you remember in the string, we need to come in and we need to start with the string. Again, I always like to do one string and then copy and paste this line. Make sure it doesn't have the string element is string. And you're going to call this string, let's call this action underscore settings. Okay, action underscore settings. And then I'm going to close that off, give it an actual string called settings. All right, with an S. All right, so I do one of these, right? Make sure I have syntax is properly done in line 4. I'm going to highlight this. Copy it, Control C, copy it, and then I come down to the next, make sure it's indented in. Oop, I didn't take, let me copy it again, Control C, copy it. Now I'm going to rename this, just come in using the middle, just app underscore name. These are the strings that you're going to use. You remember the title of my app, I call it Dan Dow Tic-Tac-Toe. Of course, I hope you put your name here. Game. All right. So one thing I do want to tell you, please do not use apostrophe, because the apostrophe will throw it off. It's an ASCII value with it. So everything in between here, you have to use our alpha and text in between here with it. All right, and please note the limited space that you have on your phone as well. So do not use apostrophe; it will cause an error. Don't do Dan's apostrophe or Joe's apostrophe S. The apostrophe is going to throw it off. So it's not a string. You have to change it to a character with it. All right, that's okay. That's another day. Come down here, I'm going to paste that again. I'm going to edit this. I'm going to use this. Next one is going to be the board side. All right, so just give me a second here. I need to give it size underscore of underscore board. And I'm going to use it's 3. That's the size that we're going to use. So make sure it's size underscore board. Remember our X's and O's? So we're going to use the this one. The name is that, and the actual setting is uppercase X. And I kind of like that, so I need to put a string, apostrophe, space, and apostrophe like that. Okay, so that's the proper settings of that. I'm going to do the same thing for the O's as well. Okay. Make sure you use the O's. I'm going to use the number 0. It's a little bigger. Okay. Or maybe I should use uppercase O. It looks the same. Uppercase O is what I'm going to use, okay? Uppercase O. And then the last string is the name is called none. And I want to just put a space in there. Just an empty space. So this will conclude the strings.xml with it. So strings with an s.xml with it. So make sure you have what I have in this part right here. So okay, let me leave you a second to zoom in on that. Okay. Every one of these texts will be used in our layout, which is the activity underscore main.xml. These strings will be bringing into it as well. So we're building up asset files. If you want to think what these files are, asset files. You want to freeze your screen for a second. I'm going to stop the video right now. Okay. Concludes part 5.